Hi there, lovelies. So I thought I'd have a little chat in this vlog, a little chat about repurposing things. So as you might know, I'm really big on recycling, repurposing, and I thought I'd do a vlog on it and show you a few of the things that I've repurposed. So I've got my notes. Get your coffee and then you can have a chat. Okay? Speaking of coffee, that's the first thing on the agenda. I was cleaning out the cupboard the other day and I found right at the very back of these cupboards are really deep. There's always stuff at the back that's like years old. Well, it was a jar of coffee, a big jar of coffee, and it was out of date. I don't know how long, but I didn't dare look. But anyway, probably years. But anyway, I tried it. I made a pot of it. It was absolutely revolting. It was terrible. So anyway, yeah, it was out of date. So, but I remembered that you can use, rather than throw it away, I remembered you can use coffee as a plant food. Yeah. So in your lovely house plants, or your greenhouse, or whatever, even outside, whatever, can use it as a natural plant food, maybe for your tomatoes or something like that. Anyway, whatever. So I'm going to do that. So I've got a great big jar of coffee, so that lasts me all through the summer, feeding all the plants. And just a little tip for you there: don't throw things away. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is when I was in America, my husband had a Corvette, a 78 Corvette, and it was in a garage. Well, not a garage as such, but what he used to call the tin building, which I imagine was corrugated iron, big, huge building. So it was in there. And in Oklahoma, in America, it gets really, really hot in the summer. So this Corvette is in a tin building, which is like putting it in an oven, I suppose, which is all very well until somebody opens the door on the Corvette. So somebody did open the door on the Corvette and opened the door of the big double doors of the building, and in rushed cooler air. And they opened the door, and the car was full of hot air, and the back window blew out, totally blew out. So I'm gonna, when I'm doing this vlog, I'll interspace some nice pictures, so that it's always better, isn't it, when you see things for yourself rather than somebody telling you about something. So there was so I saw all this glass before he had the window replaced and sold it to come over here. I saw all this lovely glass, and it was like a green. It wasn't plain, it was like a green. So anyway, so I gathered it all up. I took the glass and I brought it over to England. I put it in we had what do you call it, like a boxes sent over, proper storage company that delivered all the boxes. So we didn't take that much, but we did take quite a bit of stuff, but we couldn't take everything. So I popped this glass in one of the boxes, brought it over, and sure enough, it came in handy, because I made some lovely items, some art with it. And I made a bowl, and I put the beautiful glass in the bottom. It's not sharp. It was like sort of, I don't know, it was rounded. The edges were rounded. They weren't sharp and dangerous. and I layered it in the bottom of this bowl, and I'll show you that. And I also made a piece of art from the glass that was crucifix, a lovely glass crucifix. So I'll show you that as well. And I sold both of those items in my gallery. So it must have been all right, mustn't they? As speaking of things like that, this cottage is really, really old. And in the olden days, they didn't have, the rubbish collection like we do now. And they used to just dig a hole in the ground and put all this stuff in it. Not food, obviously, but, things like pottery and things like that. So I found a load of little small pieces of lovely antique pottery, the blue and white pottery and all kinds of pottery. I found it as I'm digging all over the garden, and I keep it, and I've made some things out of it, and I'll show you that as well. I've got the pictures of the pottery. Every time I find a piece, I give it a wipe, and then I put it in a box in the art studio. The other thing is, when I was in America, I got this lovely elephant sculpture, and it's elephants starting with a big one at the bottom, and they're going smaller as it gets to the top, and it's made of wood, and it's intriguing, really. It's really, well, it intrigued me. It's how it was made. It's gorgeous, and I bought it, and I thought, what am I going to do with it? Brought that over as well, and what I did was I mounted it. I'll show you the picture. I mounted it in a lovely frame, and in the back of the back of the frame, I covered that with a lovely, beautiful material, bottle green, like a silk material. It is. It's very lovely. Such a shame to not use it, in a piece of art. It's so lovely. It would make a lovely cushion as well, with tassels or something like that. Can you imagine? Anyway, it's a gorgeous piece of fabric, so I did the same with that. But that's for me, and that is in the bedroom. I'll show it to you. Another thing, I found a manky old bird feeder. It's wood, and it's like a little pot, like a garden bench, and it had been used, and it was all full of like mold and black mold and stuff like that. Anyway, cleaned it all up, painted it white. It looks absolutely lovely with my bird feeding conglomeration, so I'll show you that as well. What else? Oh yeah, something a bit more practical than art stuff. The plastic milk bottles that you get your milk in? Well, I don't throw mine away, or don't throw many away, because I cut them in half and poke holes in the bottom. Guess what? You've got a nice plant pot, but only for when I give away plants. It's not a decorative thing, obviously. It looks like a milk bottle cut in half. But yeah, so I use them because I grow a lot of plants for the animal rescue charity. The cats and the dogs and the donkeys. And the place that I got, it's a charity shop, and they've got all clothes and everything, all sorts of things. No furniture, but everything else. And they love getting my plants, because I usually take about a dozen down there at a time. And they just love it, and they sell them like hotcakes, because things like aloe vera, oxalis, what are the other things? Oh, string of hearts, the string of heart plants. They they all cost quite a lot of money if you buy them in a nursery. I think an aloe vera for just a small one is about £9. So if they get about £3 for my aloe veras and I take down 20, or a dozen, sorry, usually a dozen at a time. Sometimes it's more. They're doing all right, aren't they? So that's one thing you can do. And the top part of the milk bottle is not wasted because guess what? You turn it upside down, it's a funnel for things. I recently used it for, I bought some fluid that for woodworm fluid, you know, for the, if you got any woodworm anywhere. And it came in really handy because it was a great big thing of woodworm killer. And I just wanted it in a spray bottle to spray certain things. And so that, you know, you've got a funnel there that's a nice funnel as well. The other thing I do, what else do I do? Picture frames. I had a load of picture frames, really lovely, gorgeous ones, but they were old and they had like marks on them and things. So I repurposed them, I repainted them, and I paint patterns on them. So I'll show you that as well. Oh, sorry, I keep touching that mic and I know it crackles. Sorry about that. What else? We've done the greenhouse. Well, anyway, if there's anything else, but I'm big on repurposing. Oh, I know what I did. I bought loads of different wicker baskets to put on top of my cupboard in the utility room. And they were all different shades. It was all a bit, you know, dark. And I don't like anything dark. I like everything light and lovely. Anyway, these baskets, I painted them all white, several coats. They're all different styles, but they're all approximately the same size. I'll show you. And they look lovely. They look really lovely up there on the, and they're useful. I put socks in them and underwear and, you know, that kind of thing. They're really, really nice to have. So I'll show you that. I think that's the end of the vlog. I hope you enjoyed our little chat. I like to have a little chat with you. And I also, I've not mentioned it before, but I absolutely love reading your comments. There's some really good comments. All lovely people, all really nice, that kind of people. I'm hoping that I attract that kind of people to my kind of vlog. But anyway, that's all for now. Please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me, trying to grow the channel. And with that, I'll say bye for now. And as always, love from Cornwall.